Hi, and welcome back to the Sugar Bear Working videos. Today we are making Jessalyn. This is Jessalyn. And she is definitely the most difficult that we've done so far, but still pretty basic sewing in here. She has a sawtooth star going on, but it gets broken by the sashing. So I've been calling it a broken sawtooth. There is room to play with fussy cuts on this one, and I played with them on these little flowers. I put a flower in each of my inner squares. Let's go and make Jessalyn. Okay, so if you're going by Jessalyn's diagram right here, you want to pick out 3 colors. And I think I want to bring in some of that deep coral. So here, I think that's what I want to use for these little points. For the ones that are half square triangles, and then something soft for here, and then low volume for here. So I think I want this low volume. Oh, I might need this bigger piece. This low volume for fabric C, this for fabric B, and then for fabric A, just want something contrasting. We haven't used this either, so that's I'm pausing and then looking over here at my design wall to see which fabrics I've used the most of and which I need to start using more of. But maybe we'll save this one for another. Or I could use this as the low volume. Or A. This could be A fabric. Let me just make sure. I haven't used this fabric either on the inside of my blocks. That could be cute. I could fussy cut this and have them all right there. Something to think about there. Little bitty flower bits. That would look good too. Ooh, I really like that. All right, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do these 3 fabrics for Jessalyn. Let me get all this put away and I'll get these cut up and be back. Okay, I've got all my pieces cut. And look at my cute little fussies. They're all different flowers from that fabric. I love it. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna put these to the side, and we're gonna put the smaller C fabric squares to the side. And we're just gonna focus on these. We've got some half square triangles to make. So your pattern will have a separate tutorial for how to make half square triangles, and we've done this once before already in this quilt. So I'll let you follow the tutorial for that to make these. And in the meantime, I will get them made and show them to you when they're done. Oh, before I've got these sewn, imagine I've drawn a line, but I'm using that diagonal seam tape where I don't have to draw the line. Seems like there's a little bitty thing in the pattern about that a couple of times, that if you want to skip your drawing lines, you can use diagonal seam tape. But that's not why I've stopped. Why I've stopped is so that if you have ever struggled with half square triangles and yet you're making them the way I show in my video tutorials with the quilt in a day ruler, here's that quilt in a day ruler, and you're still having trouble getting them to size, it might be because you need to be using a scant 1/4 inch with your drawn line. So I sewed on both sides of my drawn line with a scant 1/4 inch, which just means just a little bit to the left of your 1/4 inch line on your sewing machine. Or if you are using a 1/4 inch foot, it's a little bit less than that, just a smidgen. We're talking very, very small amount. But a scant 1/4 inch, you want to use that every time you work on a piece, a unit or a block or whatever you're working on. You want to use that scant 1/4 inch when you have to trim something down. So half square triangles, I would use a scant 1/4 inch when making them. I'm not using it on the rest of the block. I'm just using it on my half square triangles. On half rectangle triangles, I use a scant 1/4 inch. If I'm making a block on point and I have to trim that block down once I get it all together, I'm using a scant 1/4 inch. That's just a little tip. So let me get back to making these. All right, we should have 8 cutie pie half square triangles. All right, and now we're going to make our little 4-patch unit. So let me get these other fabrics that I put to the side, and because I'm using fussy cut, I'm going to want to do them as it shows on page 10 in the second column, where it says top right, top left, bottom right. So let me get these laid out. Okay. Oh my goodness, that's cute. I just, every time I fussy cut, I don't know why I don't do it in more quilts, because I just think it's absolutely adorable. All right, I think I got everything right. So we're gonna do our little organization chain piece, take it to the machine, where I go boom, 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 and then boom, boom. I will sew all these together and then bring them back to press. All right, all sewn, and I think I know how I got disorganized in my last video, so I want to try to do a better job staying organized this time around. All right, so pressing to set my seams, and they should go like this. Let's see if I have everything right. Yes. Yes. All right. I think I got everything right. All right. So we're pressing these seams away from the half square triangle. So this one will be right here like this, and this one's going to be like this. So they need to alternate that way that we can nest them up, and then we can get those points lined up real nice. Of course, don't give yourself a hard time if worrying about your points is not your thing. Be you, I always say, and if it's not something you like to fret over, don't fret over it. All right, let's get these babies pinned up. All right, I'm gonna take these to the sewing machine and sew right across there. All right, all sewn up, and let's get these all pressed up. Oh my goodness, how cute is that? All right, let's start working on our, what are we working on? Oh yeah, we're gonna assemble our claws. Let me get the pieces for that. Need these, and then we need to pick out a claw color. Uh-oh. Wait, back up, time out. I've got this the wrong way. All right, so I've got my half square triangle turned the wrong way, and I'm gonna have to take this apart. So let me start my seam ripping, yay! So these little guys are from Havel Sewing, and they're snip-a-stitch scissors. It's a little seam ripper. It's my favorite seam ripper ever. All right. So if you are interested in a pair of those, or a pair, I'm using them a lot in these videos because I keep mixing things up. All right. I do have, I'm an ambassador for Havel, so I do have a coupon. If you go to Havel Sewing and purchase $25, you can get $7 off, and the coupon code is Southern Charm 7, one word. All right, that's the way it's supposed to look. Let me go and do this all over again. Right, so sorry about that mix-up, but maybe it's good for you to see if you're a beginner that we all make mistakes and have little things that we have to seam rip and get right and do over and over again until we do. All right, so where was I? I was picking out claws. Let me get the claws. Okay, so I'm not going to use this one because it's in there, and I'm not going to use this one because it's in there. So I have 3 choices here. I'm feeling this one. Let's see. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I think I want to go with this one. These are two, oh, they're not too similar, but I just think I want to save it for a block that has a lot of the other colors in it. So, and since this is such a bold block, I want to use up some of my not so bold claws. So yeah, let's go with this. So let me get these put away. All right. And then we will do this little maneuver so that I can chain piece everything. And then half that have rectangle triangles, the halves with this straight back will go right there, and the other half with the straight back on the opposite side are gonna go right there. All right, so I'm gonna get this chain piece pressed, sewn up, and completed. Okay, we are, oh, you might hear my tea kettle. Sorry in advance. Okay, let's see. I want to make sure before I go any further that I've got everything in the right position, especially since I seem to be a little fumbly in my brain today, and I continually putting things in the wrong place. So you might can hear my husband singing as he gets my tea for me. He's so sweet. Okay. All right, so I'm thinking everything is right. These are making little star points, and this is basically a broken sawtooth star. Can you see it? And let me get my cornerstone and sashing, and we'll be ready to go. Let's get it put together. All right, so that's all. We're done. This is Jessalyn, and I will see you next block.